Hello, my Teaserking family. How is everybody today? I am fine. My position was eliminated at work. I kept saying, did I do something wrong? Because I'll have a tendency of telling people as I'm watching Bloomberg to buy gold and get out of the dollar. I've been there for 4 months and nobody said boo. And then all of a sudden, at about 2:30, it was the strangest thing. And they said, well, we've eliminated your position. And my boss walked me to the HR manager. And I said, well, you want me to finish out the week? No. Finish out the day? No. I'm like, it sounded weird. Even though I work contract, I've never seen where it just ends at 2:30 on a Monday. So I was a bit taken, like, did I do anything? This is not normal to not let me finish out the day. I'm charging you 8 hours regardless. So, well, fortunately, he already approved my last week, which I'll get on Thursday, is a full check. That lets me prepare. Now I don't have to take off Social Security. I'll leave it on, which is fine. And then I'll get a 1-day check next Thursday. And that'll be that. That'll be that. Although here, there's no football income that I was making September, October. And then I started in November. So I kept quiet. I called my friend up. I says, does this make sense that they eliminated the position and at 2:30 they let me go and I didn't finish the day or the week? Why didn't they do it on Friday? Now, normally when a position I hear from the contract house after work, so you work the day and then they tell you the position's ended. And it was surprising, like my boss didn't just tell me, he took me into HR. And I'm looking at him like, and the guy from HR is like, wow, they have GM and Ford and Mercedes and a master's and you have all this background. And I said, yeah. Yeah, I know. I says, it's all real. I don't lie. I didn't lie in my resume. I didn't know where it was coming from it. And so I says, well, do you have any other positions? Because basically I'm they tried breaking ignition out of powertrain and they're trying to sell off ignition. It's a very small piece of it. And obviously my salary, they could easily lop off and make the sale more, reasonable. And he says, yeah, I'm going to submit you to our HR who found you, Stephanie, back in August. I thought I had heard from them in August, and then nothing happened until I was in Italy with Jenna in October. And that's when of course, I'll have to go on vacation. That's when I seem to get it. I said, well, I'll be back this was like on Monday. I'll be back on Thursday and I can interview then. And, they made the excuse, we can't hire you quickly enough. So would you go contract? Now I'm not sure it was the truth because I was there 90 days and you still didn't hire me. Probably seeing that I had worked contract before, that they could get me on, and then it was easy to let me go when the sales coming. If they had to, I had nothing to do. It was a very boring job. Half the day I was in the break room watching Bloomberg or on my phone watching gold, but it was a very boring job. I only had really 2 or 3 things that I did. I did learn one stream, which sucked, and I had SAP, which I already knew. And I kept bitching, going, this is the stupidest system I've ever seen. But that's being stoic. I'm telling the truth. Anyway, so he said, yeah, he would tell Stephanie that I'm available. Like, with all that background, you can't find another spot for me. This is always amazing. Even at GM and Ford, you're letting me go because the contract ends and you can't find another spot for me. Just very strange. especially GM, because they're my reference and it was a really good situation. So anyway, um, that's where I'm at. So it's I basically kept stoic. I didn't do I stayed calm. I didn't like beat up the my boss saying, "Oh, this guy's a freaking idiot." So I basically just was like, I said, was there anything wrong? I mean, you're just letting me walk out the door, and you're doing it at 2:30, and that's it. And I was really surprised. So I'm like reading into it. Was there something else that happened that, and because I do talk gold, and somebody didn't like I talk gold. I don't know, but so I won't turn off Social Security, which is fine. That's what I was doing before. And the only problem is I've had some calls for jobs in January that I didn't take or said I have a job. And again, giving me no notice, which I think's way out of line to not give me 2-week notice. They're not even giving me to the end of the week, which I think is ludicrous. That's why I said, was there a problem? I mean, why aren't you giving me 2 weeks notice? But if I were to leave, they would expect 2 weeks notice. This is why you don't give 2 weeks notice. So then I'm kind of, my inside's going, what the fuck's really going on here? Do I believe them? Which I never believe anybody. And they said, so I said to my boss, can you be a reference? And he's like, yeah. And I don't buy it. I'll have my friend call him and see if it's a good reference or it's just a bullshit reference. I won't use them anyway. I'll just use my Mercedes guys. But if they need to talk to my boss, at least they'll talk to him. So I wondered why they didn't hire me. And then this bullshit just ending at 2:30. I didn't really get it. Why you didn't end it Friday, or why you didn't wait till 4:30. So anyway, pre-agent again, just where I was in October. And I kind of like it because I don't have to get to bed. So I got to get up at 7 and, set the alarm and all that shit. So I kind of like being semi-retired. I think I bought them before, used to help Daria and some credit cards. So Social Security pays all my bills. And then basically then I take money out of my safe to pay the credit cards or whatever. And then I go down from paying a lot to a little, which I won't have to pay anything because they'll be gone. So anyway, a little bit stunned. Went to the pool, worked out. I'm just a little tired. It's Monday, and basically, very, very. I'm not surprised because they didn't have anything for me to do. My boss was terrible as far as communicating and delegating. So I really wondered what I was doing there. And so when he said we eliminated your position, I just kind of laughed like, what are you doing here? I had to stop myself from going, well, why are you here? You're not doing anything. And of all the people to let go, you should have let the other guy go who doesn't do anything, who's an idiot, who keeps asking me, somebody who was there 2 weeks, hey, how do you do this and that? Do I make it a negative or a positive? Anyway, so that's what was going on. I haven't told Daria yet. I'll tell her tomorrow. I don't want to upset her. She's sick. The daughter's, I guess, still got tonsillitis. She still has the flu. I thought they were better. She said, oh, we're all better. And then today she says, well, we're still sick. And I'm like, oh, I thought you were better. So anyway, I'll tell her tomorrow. She's not with me because I can work and she knows about the gold. So anyway, let's take a look at the gold and silver. Gold 28.17 right now, up 18. Again, it was 28.20 and it closed at 27.50 2797 on Friday, and then it opened yesterday and it went down to 2780, and then at midnight it went from 2780 all the way up to 2830. At 10 o'clock it started to drop, but it's pretty much maintained 2815 to 2820. I got an error, which I don't know what it is. It says more than one ignition using the primary URL. Send one stream to the primary and one stream to the backup. So I'm gonna come back. I don't know what this is, and I don't know if I'm getting it. So let's try it again. I'll be right back.